On the news tonight, NDIC commences payment verification for depositors of defunct microfinance banks. Stakeholders call for stronger specialist training to boost eye care delivery as over 300 Ogun residents benefit from free medical surgeries. Good evening and welcome to Nta Ijebu Ode News at 7. My name is Anthony Gandon. Now the news in details. The Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation has commenced verification of depositors following the revocation of the operating license of 46 microfinance banks by the Central Bank of Nigeria. The corporation says depositors whose bank verification number are linked to their accounts in their failed banks will receive payment through alternative accounts held with other licensed banks. Those without linked BVNs have been advised to visit the affected bank branches with proof of account ownership, a passport photograph, a valid means of identification, and their BVN for verification. The NDIC adds that claims may also be submitted online through the pre-verification claims form on its website or at any of its offices nationwide. The corporation urged affected depositors to take advantage of the available channels and contact its helplines for further inquiries as the reimbursement process continues. For many Nigerian households still choosing between the cost of cooking gas and other basic needs, stakeholders say the way forward starts with policies that prioritize people over pipelines. That was the focus at the Nigerian Oil and Gas Energy Week, where experts examine strategies for boosting domestic gas utilization. Lydia Sampson reports.
Panelists didn't mince words on the barriers. They cited inadequate infrastructure, high capital cost, weak demand aggregation, and pricing gaps that keep investors on the sidelines. Forex volatility and regulatory bottlenecks adds to the frustration. However, the resolve is outshining the roadblocks.
In this area, when we are producing more, we're investing. It leads to GDP, and in the long run, the impact will be felt in industry. That means we'll power economy with gas, which is cleaner, which is cheaper. So there's an alignment between both, and which is in line with the President's Renew Hope and all the gas policy. We are in the decade of gas. So we're actually seeing traction, because when you start producing more, you employ more, it will touch the life of the people in the long run.
Everything you're putting in there is all dollarized, and you're putting it into a market that is not yet that mature, a market that is going to pay you back in Naira. So first of all, you have to come to terms with the fact that unfortunately you're going to experience some losses.
Response to supply, supply response to demand. At PICNG and EV, we want to be able to see that we can somehow have a say from feedstock to dispensing.
Speakers championed de-risking financing, blended capital models, and stronger public-private partnerships as the key to unlocking sustainable demand. Their verdict is expected to turn Nigeria's gas abundance from a headline into a household reality within and outside Nigeria. In Abuja, Lydia Sampson, NTA News.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has urged young people to harness their talents through creativity, entrepreneurship, and innovation as pathways to wealth creation and sustainable employment. The governor, represented by his deputy, Obafemi Hamzat, gave the charge at the graduation ceremony of participants in the 2025 Talent Hunt Eco Studio Culture Program, organized by the Lagos State Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment in Alausa, Ikeja. Eze Onwamaka reports.
After 2 weeks of intensive training, 570 youths drawn from From the 6 divisions of Lagos State have been equipped with practical skills through the 2025 Talent Hunt Eco Studio Culture program organized by the Lagos State Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment. The training includes sound engineering, disc jockeying, sound design, and the music business. The beneficiaries are now better prepared to pursue careers and create opportunities within the entertainment industry.
My dream has always been to sing, to explore, because these are things that feed my soul. And I just want to appreciate the Lagos State government for empowering us with the skills and also with the equipment that we need.
But we don't just see movie as the layman see movie. We see movie, we see the concept, we see how to make it into a reality.
At the graduation ceremony, teamed creatives in the music industry, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who was represented, urged the graduates to think beyond seeking employment by building businesses and brands capable of projecting Lagos on the global stage.
Take advantage of the technology, keep learning, and keep improving your craft. Remember that your talent will open the first door, but your character, your professionalism, and your consistency will keep these doors open.
Some members of the State Executive Council reaffirmed the government's commitment to creating an enabling environment.
We will continue to recognize the immense potential of our youth and keep implementing initiatives that will provide them with the opportunities and support required to realize their dreams. So our graduates, congratulations once again. We're proud of you and we look forward to seeing you make meaningful contributions to the growth of Lagos' creative economy.
The event featured a mentorship session.
If you want this culture, if you want to change the culture in our society, please be honest. When you are given $1 million for a job, please make sure you do it. Nowadays, every youth they are driving Benz. The point is not about the Benz. Our point is about the success of Lagos youth through entertainment.
Presentation of certificates and the distribution of empowerment kits to the graduates. In Lagos, S.A. Owamaka, NT News.
Now to environment matters. As the Nigerian Meteorological Agency forecasts more rainfall across parts of the country, residents of Lagos are calling for proactive measures to reduce the impact of flooding. They urged governments at all levels and other relevant stakeholders to strengthen drainage maintenance, improve waste management, and intensify prevention efforts to protect lives and property. Bolaji Akim completes the report.
After 2 weeks of intensive training, 570 youths drawn from the 6 divisions of Lagos State have been equipped with practical skills through the 2025 Talent Hunt Eco Studio Culture program organized by the Lagos State Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment. The training includes sound engineering.
Flooding remains one of Nigeria's most devastating natural disasters, affecting several states, including Lagos. In recent weeks, persistent rainfall has worsened the situation, leaving many communities submerged and disrupting daily life. The impact of flooding in Lagos continues to grow as recurring heavy rains displace families, damage property, and disrupt commercial activities. Experts also attribute the increasing incidence of flooding to the state coastal location, rapid urbanization, poor drainage systems, indiscriminate waste disposal, and land reclamation, all of which require urgent attention.
The magnitude may differ from year to year. So what adaptation do you want? Get ready and devise means by which you can reduce the impact.
Water here is very, very disturbing. It disturbs us so much. Even in people's houses. As I'm waking up this morning, water carry me in my house.
The pathetic experience of flood on the island is serious. So I actually was planning to move to the island from the mainland, from Ikeja. But seeing the rainy season, the people experience swimming during rainy season, I had to change my plan.
As the Nigeria Meteorological Agency predicts more rainfall in the coming weeks, Lagos residents are calling on relevant authorities to intensify flood control measures. Stakeholders also stress that adopting environmentally friendly practices, such as proper waste disposal and keeping drainage channels free of debris, will go a long way in reducing the devastating impact of flooding across the state. In Lagos, Bolaji Akim, NTA News.
We will be back shortly. Please stay tuned. You are welcome back. About 300 residents of Ogun State are benefiting from a week-long free medical outreach, including diagnosis, surgical procedures, and drug administration at the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital, Shagamu. The intervention, facilitated by the Office of the Wife of the Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, is being carried out in collaboration with a United States-based foundation. Hakeem Jimo reports.
Residents of Ogun State living with various health challenges, many of whom are unable to afford the cost of medical treatment and surgical procedures, have received a lifeline through a week-long free medical outreach. The initiative, tagged Ogun State Medical Mission 2026, offers free medical consultations, surgical operations, and essential medications. It is sponsored by the wife of Ogun State Governor, Mrs. Bamidele Abiodun, in collaboration with local and international organizations. Mrs. Abiodun says the intervention reflects the commitment of Ogun State government to improving access to quality health care and giving hope to the vulnerables.
In a position where you are able to do something for people who can't, don't hesitate to do it. You will see the gratitude in the lives of these people. For me, it is giving back.
The representatives of the partnering organizations and other stakeholders described the outreach as a timely intervention, noting that it will ease the financial burden of health care on many residents while also improving their overall well-being.
And if they saw something abnormal, they can bring them in and do the cause purpose. What that does is it's able to magnify, they can take some biopsies and be able to send it to the lab. So with that, if they detect those cancerous cells earlier, they can treat.
Advocacy is key. A lot of us don't know that this is going on. And me coming here is an eye-opener to see that a lot of things is being done through her. And I think this foundation has gone a long way to helping the citizen of Ogun State.
Some of the beneficiaries who expressed appreciation to the organizers say the free medical services give them the opportunity to address long-standing health challenges.
This is a very noble exercise. I hope they will continue bringing this kind of thing to Ogun State.
The high point of the program was the unveiling of a state-of-the-art medical diagnostic equipment for the early detection and management of cervical cancer and other gynecological conditions at the Olabisi Onabanjo University Teaching Hospital, Shagamu. From Shagamu in Ogun State, Hakeem Jimo, NTA News.
Still on health, as efforts continue to improve healthcare delivery in Nigeria, stakeholders have stressed the importance of sustained investment in ophthalmology resident training and better welfare for medical practitioners. The call came at the 27th Annual Faculty Lecture held at the Royal Haven Event Center, Oba Irunwole Road, Shagamu. Details of Fatima Hassan's report will come your way in our subsequent bulletin. Now to sports. Activities marking the 28th Bar Week of the Ijebu Ode branch of the Nigerian Bar Association continued with a novelty match between the Ijebu Ode NBA Football Club and Ijebu Anglican Football Club. Correspondent witnessed the event held at Dikpo Dinner Stadium, Ijebu Ode, and now reports. The football match, which began as a novelty match as part of activities to commemorate the 2026 Nta Ijebu Ode branch bar week, soon transformed to a thrill display of skill as both teams demonstrated excellent teamwork and sportsmanship. Both sides strived hard for scoring opportunities and battled for control of the game, but the Nta Ijebu Ode Football Club defeated the Ijebu Anglican Football Club with a lone goal to emerge the winner. Reacting after the match, organizers and representatives of the invited football club described the exercise as a healthy initiative that promotes physical fitness.
Very interesting, very high standard, and the better team won. My advice for the winning team is that they should continue with their practices so that by this time next year, we also retain the cup.
A football match, and luckily for us, we are the winner with 1-0. So I feel excited, but notwithstanding either the scoreboard favors us or not, what matters most is the spirit of sportsmanship. So it's just to have fun, and we want to appreciate the other team we play with also for honoring our request.
It's a friendly match, a novelty match, of course, and it's just an entertainment game. It's not a. It's a match because a tournament is on. We just see this as an opportunity for us to bring our various players from various teams together to just exercise themselves, because we are looking forward to having a diocesan team.
The highlights of the event was the presentation of the trophy to the winning team, Nta Ijebu Ode Football Club. In Ijebu Ode. And so much for the news. Join us tomorrow for another interesting package. Now,